The poor boy who wants to be a knight meets the princess who is yearning for an adventure, and together they are going to write another memorable love story. Ruslan is a young handsome boy who serves as an actor in plays written by his best friend Lester. Today, they are telling the legendary story of great sorcerers Finn and Chernomor. Finn was comparatively stronger and defeated Chernomor. He proceeds to rescue his beloved princess, but Chernomor had set up a trap and turned the princess into a statue. He uses the power of love of that couple to become stronger. However, in the advanced days, no one believes such events ever occurred. People lose interest in the play and walk away. Ruslan is also fed up by Lester's unrealistic stories and advises him to write something different. Maybe something about knights because Ruslan loves knights. He always dreamed of wearing armor, holding a sword and rescuing a princess. Lester tells him to knock out of daydreaming as a regular guy like him can never become a knight. Poor Ruslan is not the only one who is not satisfied with his fate. Just a few miles away in the nearby castle, the gorgeous princess named Mila is also fighting with her fate. Her father, King Vladimir, wants her to get married as soon as possible. He explains to her that she should not be afraid of marriage as her husband is going to protect like her father does. But Mila is fed up with being protected. The king doesn't let her go anywhere and doesn't let her enjoy her life. She wants to be someone who sails the 7 seas, climbs mountaintops and tame dragons. Just because she is a princess doesn't mean that she has to be boring, predictable, well-behaved, and depressed. Mila wants to feel alive in this world and not trapped in a stupid castle. The king gets angry and declares that she has to get married at any cost. If she doesn't choose a groom, the king will do it for her. Mila is locked in her room, so she decides to escape through the window and try living in freedom for once. Meanwhile, Ruslan is selling apples to earn some extra cash. An arrogant knight named Farlaf hits Ruslan and doesn't even bother to apologize. Instead, he starts mocking Ruslan's poverty. Ruslan can't do anything right now except waiting for his luck to shine. That moment is not far away. As the night sets in, Princess Mila starts to get scared of the dark streets. 2 scary goons surround her and threaten to give away her precious necklace which belongs to her late mother. Mila distracts them and runs away. She knocks into Ruslan and requests him to help her. The goons reach there too, and to scare them, Ruslan lies that he is a skilled knight, though his plastic sword refuses to cooperate. But Ruslan uses his freestyle fighting ability to knock down both goons. One of the goons gets up again and calls his whole gang. Ruslan asks Mila to trust him, and he grabs her hand to run to a safe place. He has realized that Mila is not from this town, so he asks where she came from. Mila doesn't reveal her identity, but says that she doesn't want to return. She doesn't like how her destiny is planned by other people, and nothing exciting ever happens to her. Ruslan can fully understand what it means because he is experiencing something similar. Ruslan offers to give a little adventure to Mila, but she must trust him. Mila agrees, and Ruslan takes her to travel around the town. They ride the chairlift and swing between the ships at the seaport. Then they ride a boat to an island and enjoy the company of the friendly locals there. At the end, they get back to the town to witness the sunrise. Mila uses this chance to confess that she never felt so alive in her entire life. She has fallen in love with Ruslan, and he feels the same too. Suddenly, a tornado hits them and takes away Mila. Ruslan jumps on the buildings to reach Mila and grabs her hand. He suddenly sees a face in the tornado and gets to know that Chernomor, the sorcerer, is real. He is here to kidnap Mila and is determined to take her away. Ruslan can't hold for long and promises Mila that he will come to rescue her soon. The king witnesses this incident as well and asks Ruslan where the princess is. Ruslan tells them about Chernomor, but no one believes him and orders to throw him in the dungeon. Afterwards, the king announces that whoever rescues the princess gets the honor to marry her. Ruslan is taken away by the guards, but his pet beard helps him in escaping. He rushes to meet Lester and asks him about the origin of the story about Chernomor. At first, Lester lies that it's his original work, but Ruslan forces him to reveal the truth. Lester actually has stolen the story from a book he borrowed from a dangerous person. Lester advises Ruslan to stay away from this matter, but Ruslan is ready to risk everything to find Mila. He drives the carriage towards the house of the mysterious writer. Farlaf and other knights also decide to follow Ruslan as he seems to know something. Ruslan reaches an enchanted tree which has a large cabin lying on the branches. As they enter the cabin, the door automatically closes after them. A talking cat walks towards them and recognizes Lester as the book thief. Ruslan laughs at the owner being a little cat, which enrages the cat. He transforms into a giant monster and attacks them. Ruslan must find a way to stop the monster, He suddenly remembers that the cats like birds, so he grabs a paper to make a fake bird. The cat gets attracted to it and gives up. Ruslan returns the book with an apology and requests the address of Chernomor. The cat seems to know him really well and advises them not to mess with the evil sorcerer. Chernomor has destroyed entire armies and decapitated giants. Once every 100 years, during the Crimson Sunset, Chernomor kidnaps a princess who has fallen in love to replenish his magical powers with the power of her love. If Ruslan wants to rescue Mila, he has only 2 days. He must travel to a strange land using a magic portal and find Chernomor's residence. The kind little cat also gives Ruslan a pea pod that may help in finding the way. On the other side of the portal lies that most beautiful and magical place Ruslan has ever seen. Meanwhile, Mila opens her eyes in Chernomor's castle. He tells her that she is going to be turned into a stone statue soon, so she should enjoy the little time she has left with. Chernomor has also brought delicious food for her. Mila refuses to cooperate and throws food at Chernomor's face. He also attacks back by throwing his hat, but it is a magical hat that helps Mila turn invisible. She escapes the room to find a way out, while Chernomor turns the food into little monsters and tells them to bring back the princess. Then he goes to his secret chamber, which allows him to see any happiness in the strange world. He notices Ruslan, but Chernomor is really sure that no one will be able to reach his castle. The knights have reached the cat's cabin, but get kicked out immediately. However, Farlaf and his mates sneak away through the magic portal. On the other side, Ruslan and Lester are walking for hours and reach a dead end. Lester gives up and wanders around looking for food, while Ruslan takes out the pea pod to use it. He sows it in the ground and turns away to get some water. In the meantime, a hamster steals the pea pod and runs away. Ruslan follows the hamster to the top of the tree, but the hamster fills his cheeks with air to fly away. Luckily, Ruslan's bird catches the hamster and gets back the pea pod, but Ruslan still doesn't know how to use it. Hearing this, the hamster offers to help. He takes the pea pod and fuses it with the arc near the cliff. Suddenly, a huge dinosaur skeleton rises above and forms a bridge. Lester has returned too, and reaches the other side along with Ruslan and the 2 animals. They must hurry as Mila is in great danger. She wanders around the castle and finds a huge table full of desserts. She feels hungry and grabs a cupcake, but it's actually just like everything else on the table, including the cake. Mila doesn't act scared like a typical princess and defends herself bravely. She knocks out all the monsters and continues looking for an exit. Chernomor is keeping an eye on her, and also sends a monster to stop Ruslan. He and his mates have reached a cave where they find the great sorcerer Finn, who has turned into an old maniac after losing his princess. He gets on a high spot and refuses to help anyone. To get him down, Ruslan and Lester act like they are being killed by Finn's magic. Finn gets really excited and jumps to have a closer look. Ruslan uses this chance to grab Finn and ties him up till he agrees to help them. Finn eventually reveals the biggest secret to defeat Chernomor. His strength is in his beard. One must cut off his beard with a special sword which is protected by a mighty hero. Ruslan is ready to do anything to save Mila. Finn explains the location of the mighty hero, and Lester uses this information to draw a map. However, the map is too complicated to follow. Luckily, the hamster knows a shortcut, but as soon as they get out of the cave, they encounter the stone monster sent by Chernomor. Farlaf and his mates reach there too, and everyone runs to save themselves. Ruslan and Lester hide in a tree while Farlaf and his mates fall down in a muddy pond where they get attacked by an ugly frog. After walking a few miles, Ruslan reaches a place full of knight armors. There's a huge sleeping head in the center, which is apparently the mighty hero. Ruslan tries different ways to wake him up, but the mighty hero only wakes up when the hamster gets closer, as he is allergic to hamsters. He easily gives away the special sword, but Ruslan has to pass a test to get out of this place. All the armors lying around get alive to attack Ruslan. He knocks down all of them, but they keep getting back again and again. Ruslan suddenly gets an idea and puts the hamster in the nose of the mighty hero. He sneezes really hard and puts all the knights back to sleep. Afterwards, he travels to Chernomor's castle. It is surrounded by huge spikes, so Ruslan and Lester split up to look for a way to get inside the castle. Ruslan runs into Mila, who is dressed elegantly and seems completely fine. She tells Ruslan that she will never fall in love with a useless man like Ruslan. She has already gotten what she always wanted. This castle is like a dream come true. Moreover, Chernomor loves her a lot, and she is going to marry him soon. Mila asks Ruslan to show some dignity and let her live as she wants. Poor Ruslan walks back to Lester and tells him that he was right. All lovers are blind, and they don't realize that the other person is deceiving them. Suddenly, the stone monster reaches there, but instead of running away, Ruslan lies down to die. He can't live without Mila anyway. Lester keeps distracting the monster and begs Ruslan to get up, but the poor guy has lost all hopes. Little does he know, the Mila he met was actually Chernomor disguised as her. He tells Mila about his evil deed and tells her to give up as no one is coming back to save her. Before getting dragged away, Mila notices Ruslan's bird at the window and she throws her necklace on the floor. The bird breaks into the glass window and carries the necklace to Ruslan. On seeing the necklace, Ruslan recalls that the Mila he just met wasn't wearing this necklace. She was fake. Chernomor has tied her up for his evil ritual, but Ruslan reaches there in time. Chernomor turns into a huge fire-breathing dragon and gives Ruslan a tough time. Fortunately, Ruslan knows the sorcerer's weakness and cuts off his beard. He turns into a powerless old man and all of his spells disappear. All the princesses are alive and Finn has also turned back into a powerful sorcerer. Ruslan forces Chernomor to break the shield around Mila, but it is not possible for Chernomor. Ruslan risks his life to get Mila out of the shield, but Ruslan himself becomes a victim. Farlof suggests that Mila should marry him, but she makes a team with Lester and throws Farlof down the cliff. He gets kissed by the ugly frog and turns into a frog himself. Finn reaches there to celebrate the victory, but gets shocked to see Ruslan lying down lifelessly. Fortunately, Finn has recovered his powers and uses them to bring Ruslan back to life. Without wasting another second, Ruslan tells Mila that he is not a real knight, but he loves her dearly. Mila doesn't care who he was, but now he is Mila's one true hero. They prepare to get back to the kingdom and will live happily ever after.